behind writing everybody else's speech. I didn't write one.
Go from your heart. Go from your heart.
I can remember so many times and so much pain going through this project that when we completed, I couldn't even find joy. Several months ago, when our board member's life was taken, but her spirit lives here, Pat McCullough. I can remember Miss Elaine, who walked with me all the while I was working at the post office, kept telling me, like, you're gonna do well, you're doing good. And her life was taken before she ever knew that I named Rosemary's babies. I can remember a high school teacher when I walked through the halls and everybody deemed me unvaluable and said that I would be nothing. Miss Gloria Harper, we buried her the day after Miss Elaine was murdered. I can remember trying to get through the day because, as they said, we moved forward. And we had this Halloween event, and I was trying to keep it together, but I kept receiving messages from my babies. And they walked in and they said, Miss Rosemary, you don't have to hold it together for us. I remember my babies coming in with me when the city told us that we were unimportant and the community tried to have a secret meeting to vote us out of here and block us from getting this building. And my babies put their babies together, and we walked up in that room, and like the Bengals, why not us? We asked the community, why not us? I could not stand here today and tell my babies that everything is gonna be okay, to continue to move forward, that the bad times only last for a moment. But what I forgot to tell you, though they last for a moment, sometimes that pain stays there forever. But when you do something like this, and you give back to so many people like you, and you see you come, even when I don't call you, you become healed. And when I open the doors today, everybody has asked me, how do you feel? I feel healed. God's grace is sufficient. God's mercy is sufficient. If you would have told me when I was 16, when the line turned blue, that I would be standing here today saying something so remarkable when I grew up right down the street in the Commodores, I would have called you a liar, because there was times when I thought that I was nothing, but I know now, because of the way that you look at me, because of the way that my kids look at me. There is a sacrifice that you make when you serve. My kids had to sacrifice time with their mothers. The maternal sacrifice was getting my education, working 2 and 3 jobs so they wouldn't have to live in an urban community. It was taking in people that maybe I didn't even have enough money to feed, but I fed them. It was sitting here taking time out of my own life, even putting my health aside, where I was on bed rest for 12 weeks dealing with colon cancer issues. But I was still saying, we got to get this house open. Every time they told me no, every time they put another barrier in front of me, every time, I was just praying for grace and mercy, saying, why can't I get these doors open? Time and time again, I felt that I failed these kids, but today, I give it back to you. I did it all for you. I want every child to know, even when I am not here. Because I've been talking about succession plan, y'all. They beat me up bad. But I want them to know that I built this with all my love and all my pain and all my joy for you. And for every parent that walks through these doors, know that you are enough. And even when you make the greatest sacrifices and your kids might look at you one day like, know that they love you and they still look at you with the light. And I appreciate you all putting that light back into my life. I appreciate you all giving me the grace to be able to finish when I never thought that I would finish. I want to thank my board. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank my blessing. I want to thank my heart and my raven. I want to thank the entire community in the city of Cincinnati. I want to thank Elaine Bobby, who cried with me, yelled with me, and there was times she would have fought with me, I think. But we did it. In fact, we more than did it. And when we finished, I told them, we checked every box. Even put a bench out there for them to sit. You ain't gotta sit there, and it's yellow. Gray represents the shadow that teen parents fall under, and the gray area, and the gray clouds that are over them as they walk through their life. Yellow represents the light of God that they find, and the glory that they find when people show empathy, kindness, and love. We believed for it so that you could believe in you. And when I am not here, my only ask and expectation is that you too reach back to help somebody else. Now, I give Holloway House back to you. Let's cut these ribbons and let's show them something, y'all.